There's been a lot of Switch 2 leaks, a lot of Switch 2 rumors, and a lot of Switch 2 dumbassery, such as the Switch 2 only being as powerful as a PS4. But Twintel is back here again with the T, and the T seems to be that another person doesn't believe the Switch 2 is only as powerful as a PS4. This person seems to join the same conversation as EA CEO, as Microsoft Xbox CEO Phil Spencer, and as Ubisoft has also stated as well. And that is Take-Two Interactive / Rockstar CEO. And he had interesting comments about Nintendo Switch 2 on his investor meeting call about the financial reports for Rockstar. So I'm going to read this quote to you in full so we can dissect what actually this means. We've had a long-standing relationship with Nintendo, and we've been supporting the platform when it made sense for the individual releases. There was a time when Nintendo platforms were really geared at younger audiences, and that was reflected in our release schedule. Now, today, with Switch and potentially Switch 2, the Switch device can support any audience. As you may notice, Civilization 7 is now available on Switch. While we have nothing specific to report, we actually would fully expect to support Switch 2. God damn. God damn. Now, this is very interesting about this whole thing and why it relates to Grand Theft Auto 6 and why I called Grand Theft Auto 6 for Switch 2 over a year ago. This is very, very interesting because we never seen so many CEOs of major third-party companies coming out and commenting on the Nintendo platform well before it releases, saying how they're excited and they're ecstatic about supporting the console itself. But one of the major things that he said in his quote is that y'all have to understand the verbiage when they say it. He said they made individual releases on the Switch platform when it made sense. So that also explains why we had Grand Theft Auto Trilogy on Switch. That's why Red Dead Redemption came out of nowhere, LA Noire, and a whole bunch of other games that came from Rockstar just randomly from Switch. And then he went on to say, today, Switch and Switch 2 shows that it can support any audience and fully expect us to support Switch 2. Now, here's the very interesting part about that. He said Switch supports any audience, which basically gives me the indication that the games they have released on Switch did pretty well. And they wasn't rated for kids or wasn't rated E for everyone. These were mature rated games. For the Rockstar / Take-Two Interactive CEO to come out and basically tell you himself that Nintendo console's audience is not geared towards kids anymore. The audience for the Nintendo console is everyone. Something I've been preaching for the last 5 to 10 damn years that people just seem to not understand. Now, how does this relate to Grand Theft Auto 6? It's pretty simple. Today in the call, he also confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming in fall 2025, where he still did not give an exact release date. As per usual, like EA made a comment about Switch 2, like Ubisoft made a comment about Switch 2, like Phil Spencer made a comment about Switch 2, they all generally are saying the same thing. They are excited for Switch 2. They are fully supporting Switch 2. Keep in mind, you have to pay attention to the verbiage, people. Fully supporting the Switch 2. And they all have not given specific games of what's going to be on Switch 2. But they all really kind of hinted at it, like EA hinted at it and basically named Madden and Football Club. And Take-Two Interactive / Rockstar CEO here, he hinted at something and I don't think people noticed it. This is why he said Nintendo used to be geared at younger audiences, and that reflected in our releases when it made sense. But now we understand that Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 supports any audience, which basically is telling you that they're opening up their whole slate of games to be supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Grand Theft Auto 6 on Nintendo Switch 2 is right now, I can say it with my full chest, just like I've been saying for the last year and a goddamn half. It is absolutely confirmed. And I'm saying this specifically because you have to listen from what the evidence they give you. He told you about Switch audience supporting any type of audience on the platform. And he's saying they're fully supporting the Switch 2. Which also brings me to another point that people are really not thinking about when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6 is the sales. The sales of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be very, very, very important to this Rockstar / Take-Two Interactive CEO and to the success of Rockstar itself. They also talked about the sales of Grand Theft Auto 5, which they sold over 200 million copies of Grand Theft Auto. And they also sold 75 million copies of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, if you're a CEO of probably the biggest third-party publisher right now in the game, next to Microsoft, if you sell 200 million copies of a single game and you are creating the sequel to that said game, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to repeat the same success. And this is where Switch 2 comes into play. PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, the install base for those consoles is roughly 70 to 80 million. So this is impossible for Rockstar to continue the success of Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 6, or exceed the success of Grand Theft Auto 5 with Grand Theft Auto 6, if there are not enough consoles out there to top the sales of Grand Theft Auto 5. You can't sell 200 plus million copies of a game on an install base that's roughly only 80 million consoles sold. It's basically perfect math. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, and this fucking means Grand Theft Auto 6 is on Nintendo Switch 2. Because they have to make their money back. They already know the system is already capable. They already know the system is already powerful. They already know the system can handle anything they throw at it, or he wouldn't have made the comment about they're fully supporting Switch 2. And on top of that, they're already supporting Xbox Series S and X, which is already a platform that doesn't have half the install base of the PS5. So, through common logic and basic math and basic business 101, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive / Rockstar Games just confirmed to you that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be on Switch 2. There is not one company on the planet that puts out a sequel that costs damn near double the goddamn development costs and wants to sell less copies than its predecessor before it. It is impossible for Rockstar to have Grand Theft Auto 6 be a successful and be a return on investment if it is not released on every platform it is capable of releasing it on. So that's how I was trying to tell y'all so long ago that this is going to come to Switch 2. That's why I was trying to tell y'all for months that the Nintendo Switch 2 is not a PS4. It has nothing to do with last generation technology. It has all to do with modern GPU technology, modern console technology, and basically technology that is on par with the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles. These CEOs ain't saying this for no reason, because they know Switch 2 is about to blow up. And you PC tech zombies and you PlayStation fanboys, flopflation, fake ass engineers, I have one simple thing and one simple message for you.
When my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.